Welcome to the Nerd Cave News. I am one of your hosts, Zach Dykes, and I'm joined along with the terror of the West, where every dusty tumbleweeds blow, gun-slinging, sharp-shooting, treasure-scooping, no good platoon spitting, hide your woman, kids and dogs, because he'll shave them just out of spite. It's Roughhouse Danger Red.
Roughhouse Danger Red. Okay. I don't think it tops the one Amy did last week, but it's good. Really good. So definitely like that because I thought it was like terror. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be something spooky. And then it's like, he's gonna shave your dogs. I'm like, all right, never mind.
Out of spite. Out of spite. He will shave your dogs and your wife and your kids. So you just be careful. Roughhouse Danger Red. We got an awesome show for everybody. We're going to be talking about some Skull and Bones. We're going to be talking about some God of War Ragnarok. Pretty sure that's how you say it. Ragnaroky?
No. You had it right the first time, and then you went and dropped the ball. Stop it. Get some help.
And then we're going to follow it up with some Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. I'm talking about our game club game of last month, our review of it. This episode, though, is brought to you by our wonderful patrons. You can become part of the ship, part of the exclusive crew by going over to patreon.com/nerdcave, just like our wonderful crew members, the first mate, Brandon Hicks, our helmsman, the conductor, our gunners, Richard Newell, Daniel Sanford, Rushing Waters Yoga, Marilyn James, Brittany, the Granny B. Harrison, and our deckhand, Martin Sager. This is the Nerd Cave News, where each and every week we run you through all the video game news that you need to know. You can watch us live over on twitch.tv/nerdcave network, or you can watch us over on youtube.com/nerdcave network. Make sure to hit that follow or the subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. And so more people will get to see the video. Hit that like button. The podcast version is available over on Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher, and Anchor. Go subscribe and listen to us each and every week. While you're there, you know what to do. Leave 5-star review.
Yeah.
Please.
No, don't beg. Go back to what? Go back to the cutthroat version we were doing. We've been doing.
Leave a 5-star review, or I will break you.
I'll say, don't turn soft just because it's a new month. No. Maybe hot outside, but we will be hot and hunting for you if you don't leave that 5-star review.
I'm hot.
Yes, you are.
Too hot to trot.
Probably because you have so much heat generating in that room too, though.
Yeah, it's a little warm in here right now. Guys, July is upon us, and we're 7 days in.
Yeah.
It's 7/7/22. That's two holy numbers right back to back. That means we got a July game club, guys. Our game is A Plague Tale Innocence. It's a great game. I haven't started it, but I'm really curious what it is. I saw
go ahead.
I saw Dan playing it on Discord. Derek, you've been playing it a little bit. What have you thought so far?
I played the first chapter. It is brutal. Like even before you get to like the rat horde, you know what I mean? Like it's not. It leaves some emotional moments, and I'm just like, there's a moment like. It is not up there with Last of Us Part 1, the beginning of that, for the people who know what I'm talking about. But it is pretty close. Like, it's around that same level of a certain scene from Ghost of Tsushima, Zach, if you know what I'm talking about, that kind of upsets you. So it kind of hit my heartstrings just a little bit. So it's sort of on that level.
Okay, is it on Gears of War 3 Dom?
No, not like it's Ghost. It's a step below Ghost of Tsushima. Like it's that same level of like, what can I say, attachment, but it's not like a deep thing that you like, because you only see this, you only know this thing for like a few minutes before it's gone. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But yeah, like it is, and it is like it's got some like not horror elements, but like suspenseful moments because it's like you don't see the rat horde in that first chapter, but it's like it's teasing it, and it's like you know it's coming. It's just like what is this? Like why are you introducing it this way? Like it's kind of terrifying.
Mm. Mm.
So, and I do like the gameplay mechanics. You know, the first of it's like you're running from like the main enemies, and so like you have to stealth your way through. And so far it's good. Like there's gonna be some things like because it's like sister brother, they're like
Yeah, yeah.
it's like sibling pair that you're walking through. There's gonna be some things like with Ellie and Last of Us that not necessarily that's gonna just annoy you because Ellie could walk through a horde of enemies, nothing will happen, you won't get caught or anything like that.
Yeah.
But in this one, I could see some things already with stealth where I'm like, all right, some stupid stuff is going to happen, and I know if I don't remember to do this thing at this exact moment, it's going to cost me.
Yeah, yeah. That's that. I don't know. It kind of like with Ellie, like in like Last of Us, is like okay, literally she could just like walk past people.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, but like it brings the more realism and everything.
Yeah.
Murdoch says Princess Cutie level. That was traumatic. That was very traumatic. And It Takes Two.
I haven't played It Takes Two.
Oh man. We got to this one part. Are you gonna play it?
I don't say no, but I can't tell you when. It's gonna be like in the far, far future. So go ahead.
Okay, so you essentially have to like do certain things or defeat certain bosses to like push through the thing or whatever. Well, one is you have to take on this very, very cute and loving and kind elephant named Prince Cutie. And like it is the most traumatic thing ever. Like you are like destroying her, and it's like one thing at a time, and it's like the most slow and painful, and she's like, why are you doing this? And like
no,
it is so bad. Like we literally almost stopped the stream. Like I was like, I can't take this. Like I was like, if they do this anymore, emotional damage, 100%. Like it was so traumatic. Murdoch even made an in memoriam like video for Princess Cutie after that. It was bad. It was very, very bad. Yeah, like because you are doing it, like you have to do it, like you're the one controlling it. It's not like Last of Us.
Gosh, that's even worse.
Yeah, it was so. Oh man, like traumatic. Yeah. We played it in front of Sky. Had to convince her it's fine, and not a real ledge. She may have been emotionally scarred. Yeah, I can imagine that. Like it was scarring for me, a 32-year-old man. Like I can only imagine an 8-year-old kid like watching this and like like having this. Anyway, yeah. There we go, guys. That's. The worst part is that you knew it was a bad plan. Yeah, you knew the whole time it was a bad plan. You knew it the whole time. Derek, let's get into the gaming discussion this week. Like I said, we've got 3 items in the gaming discussion. We got Skull and Bones, God of War Ragnarok, and Naruto Boruto Shinobi Striker review. First up, let's talk about something that that dropped today.
Yeah.
Now, Murdoch posted about like I saw Murdoch post like the pre-order thing of this earlier, and I did not see any trailer. I was about to comment. I was like, if they're just posting like pre-orders and they're not doing like showing any gameplay, any update, I was like, these are the most money grubbing people ever. I was like, they're just trying to get the suckers, you know what I mean? To pour into this game and everything. But no, they actually did like a 40-minute long video, which we're not watching that one. We're going to watch the overview of Skull and Bones. So this is official gameplay overview and all that good stuff. So guys, strap in, put your bootstraps in there.
Get ready to raise the sails.
Yeah, all those good things. Because here we go. Let's watch it.
Welcome to Skull and Bones. Our game takes place during the Golden Age.
They're just saying like formation for that island, by the way. Like,
Beautiful,
yeah,
dangerous Indian Ocean. You'll start your journey as an outcast whose goal is to become the most infamous pirate to sail these treacherous waters. After
they use the same color that they had on Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to use that yellow. Hopefully somebody bought that game.
You can craft new ships and equipment, provision for your
Craft new ships? That's pretty dope.
Contracts and socialize with other players. Any pirate worth their salt will tell you that preparation is key to success.
Yep, thank you.
Get ready for any challenges that come your way by checking that your cargo is stocked with items like food and ammunition. Once you're set, it's time to head out and explore.
Look at them bones.
Right.
As a rookie pirate,
and there's a skull too. That's the game, guys.
But as you progress, you'll be able to craft different ships, each with their own unique
I
place.
do like that you can shoot forward.
See, you'll need to pay close attention to the condition of your ship and the morale.
And if you pay real money, you can upgrade your ship faster.
Vicious raiders and rovers who will mutiny against you if not kept well fed and happy.
Ooh, crew morale. I don't know if I like that.
Some progress and respawn at the nearest discovered den or outpost. The good news is that most of your cargo will be recovered, and you'll have the opportunity to retrieve the rest from the wreckage. But you'd better be quick, as other players can also steal it.
Okay.
Drive.
As a pirate captain, your reputation is everything, and our game tracks this through infamy. The higher your infamy, the more opportunities you'll get. One of the many ways to grow your infamy is to take up contracts. These are deals that you can make with other pirates in the world. Contracts can have great rewards if you're successful, or costs if you fail. You can also gain infamy by completing other activities, such as exploration, plundering, treasure hunts, investigations, dynamic events, and much more. You can undertake these either solo or with other players. The world of Skull and Bones is filled with riches and resources that you'll be able to gather as you explore. Lagoons and rivers are teeming with dangerous wildlife that you can hunt for animals.
Love their crocodiles and hippos, I swear.
I know.
You'll also be able to harvest a variety of raw materials, such as ore and wood.
It's all they got in that engine.
Used for crafting.
I know.
Crafting is an essential activity for you to progress as an infamous pirate. Obtain blueprints and use your refined resources to craft stronger ships, weapons,
Yep, here's the loot
and
system.
armors. In Skull and Bones, ships serve many different purposes.
Man, you getting your cargo wet out there.
But useful
I know.
if you need to transport large volumes of loot. Navigation ships sail faster, but have less.
That's just a shark carcass hanging over the side.
Yeah.
Firepower ships have more gun ports, allowing you to deal higher damage, but are more challenging to maneuver. Similarly, you can craft a wide array of unique weapons and armors, from
Oh,
fires
that's dope.
to giant ballistae to rocket launchers and mortars, as well as different
Wow,
armors
rocket
that
launchers?
have varying
What?
strengths and weaknesses against incoming attacks. With your new fleet and growing arsenal, create a loadout based on your personal playstyle to become a force of destruction.
I do like me some ballista.
Yeah.
Out in the
Rule.
open ocean, opportunities and threats are abundant. Use your spyglass to identify lucrative trade routes or wealthy merchant ships and assess your prey.
Thank you, Assassin's Creed.
Right.
Devise a plan of attack.
This is your eagle vision.
defenses and take advantage of their weak points to deal more damage. Sinking your foes from afar rewards you with only a portion of their cargo, as some of it will be lost to the depths. Getting in close to execute a boarding maneuver will help maximize your gains. But beware, you can turn from predator to prey in a heartbeat if you attract the unwanted attention of privateers, the merciless pirate hunters that patrol the seas. If you enjoy the thrill of the hunt, you can also seek out other players and rain terror on them. Such PvP battles are high-stakes activities that can be rewarding if you emerge victorious. From your spoils of battle, personalize your individual look with outfits that command respect.
Only 10 payments of $10.99.
Right. I'll say, and if you spend real world money, you can get the best looking gear in our game.
Mm-hmm.
With the wind in your sails, journey to the furthest reaches of the Indian Ocean, from the coast of Africa to the East Indies.
Okay, that's pretty large.
Yeah.
Like violent storms and monstrous rogue waves.
Oop.
Keep your eyes peeled for outposts, which are safe spots where you'll be able to dock your
Typical Ubisoft staple.
from the perilous seas. Here, you can trade with traveling merchants and clandestine smugglers selling rare and illegal goods. Uncover buried bounties at outposts as you decipher treasure maps obtained through your voyages. Although all the content in Skull and Bones can be done solo, you might enjoy ruling the seas with your friends. While sailing, you can also easily invite other pirates you encounter to group up. Synergize your different playstyles, ships, and weapons to defeat deadlier enemies. As you grow stronger, take on more difficult challenges, such as attacking forts and plundering.
Reminds me of Black Flag.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the inspiration from this idea came because of the ship combat from Black Flag anyway.
Merchant ships and their fleet of warship escorts. Now, it's up to you to write your own story. Remember, there is no one path to follow, no one way to play. The world of Skull and Bones is yours to discover.
Okay. Did they give a date? November 8th. November 8th this year.
Wow. Which, I think it was last week. There was a rumor that it was going to be originally in November. But, And Murdoch, stop bad mouthing till it's out. Look, we badmouth Battlefield, and we were proven right. Don't add us.
Okay. So here are my thoughts. There's some really cool looking things in this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if they can actually pull it off, I think this will be a really cool game.
Yes.
Ubisoft has a tendency to
ruin good ideas.
Yeah, overpromise, underdeliver. That's their biggest issue is overpromising and underdelivering. The combat, I think, could be really cool. I like that there are different classes of ships. Like I always love the Man of Wars. Like, you look at the ships and they have like tons of cannons and all that. That's me, baby. That's me. But I don't know. There's some things that look really good in that trailer, and then some things that don't look good at all.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Graphically and everything. And I'm like, okay, I just hope that they're not trying to rush it to get into this year.
Yeah, like for the investor purposes,
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, we'll fix it next year. Mid next year, we'll get it all fixed. I don't want that because it's not for me. Okay.
No.
It ain't for me. I'll play the game. I'll play with people.
Yeah.
It might be a community thing. I'm down with that. But like the success of this game isn't gonna like make me sleep better at night. Or
No, exactly.
But I want to see this game succeed because I know Brandon and Murdoch really want this game to be awesome.
Yeah.
There's just some red flags out there that make me question some things. Yeah. There's a tornado out there. I thought the weather thing was pretty dope, though. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes.
What'd you think, Derek?
So, and all right, I know this is way back to when it was first revealed, so compared to now, because one of the games is out. It's not the fair thing, but people compared them when they were first revealed, so I'm going to keep that comparison. I'm going to compare it to Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves, now, when it first came out, you and me know that game was bare bones as it got, down to the studs, if you will. But over time, it's gotten to be, it really respectable, and it's really taken the world by storm. It definitely is different from Sea of Thieves. Like,
oh yeah,
I think
100%.
I think the combat is more intuitive than Sea of Thieves. Like, it has more depth to it, with the ship and the world, what to do in the world. However, Sea of Thieves has that simplisticness to it, to where it's like, we just want you to have fun, group up with friends, go create your own pirate adventure. We don't have that deep of mechanics, but you're going to have fun doing it. Skull and Bones is like, hey, we're going to give you more depth than Sea of Thieves does. So it's contrast. It's like, whatever your taste, is for. I do wonder if there's going to be a story to it, because, Sea of Thieves, while they didn't have a story, they've created events. I do expect to see some events like over time with Skull and Bones as well. Like, oh, the legendary Blackbeard, pirate Blackbeard's here. Go take him out in this limited time event or whatever, and get like custom stuff for your ship and your character if you beat it. What I'm interested in is, because Sea of Thieves, you could, just like Skull and Bones said, Sea of Thieves also is like, oh, you can play it by yourself or you can play with a group of friends. However, Ubisoft games tend to give you NPCs for stuff like that. Like, I know Division did that, was notorious for doing that. Sea of Thieves doesn't. Sea of Thieves is like, if you don't have anyone to play with, it's just you.
Yeah.
And you can only play on this small ship. Skull and Bones is doing the same thing by saying you can play by yourself, but will they give you NPCs like Ubisoft is known to do, or will you have to go solo? Because Sea of Thieves, dropping the anchor, charting the course, figuring out you're going the right way, got all by yourself was a hassle. Skull and Bones, if they just give you NPCs to and you can issue orders to them, that would work 1,000 times better for me.
I think it's going to be like Assassin's Creed, like an Odyssey, where you are, you've got your ship and you just give commands and it just happens. That's what it's going to be. When you're playing with people, they're going to have their own ship. They're not going to be boarding your ship. They're going to have their own to command and everything. So I don't think it's going to be as granular as Sea of Thieves is, where it's like, oh, you've got to go and repair the hull down on the third deck, and you've got to bail out the water. Like, it's going to be more if you're the commander of the ship and you get to kind of like the overview and you give the commands instead of like you having to go take care of it and everything. The scale of everything is pretty interesting. I'm going to stop sharing my camera with you because I'm having like some freezing issues on OBS.
No, you're good.
But the scale of everything is pretty interesting as well. Like it is, from it's a large, like from the Indies to to East Asia and everything. Like it's a pretty, pretty, or South Africa to the Indies and all of that. That's a wide berth of, land and everything. I like that they have privateers that will come and hunt you down if you're causing a lot of issues. And
I do like in a lot of PV or like multiplayer games, like if you get killed, oh, you dropped your loot, you have a chance to go get some of it back.
Yeah, exactly. If somebody doesn't steal it from you before then. I'm curious if there's going to be like, okay, you have to flag yourself as like your PvP, or is it just like open, like in Sea of Thieves, like it doesn't matter. Like people can roll up on you and take you out.
Exactly. Like I wonder that too. It's only July 7th. We got 4 more months before this game hits the consoles. So I'm sure they'll be, because they're also doing a Ubisoft Forward, I think in September they said. And talking about a bunch of new games, I'm sure they'll probably give if it is September, they'll probably give an update just to give you more, just to, if anything else, to re-hype you or to remind you. It's like, hey, 2 more months, this game's going to be out.
Yeah, I think we'll get a much deeper look at it. We'll see more of a polished thing. To Cody's comment, he says, I love the idea and premise, but agree, it looks like they may be rushing it, like one of those games where it's okay at everything but not great at anything. And that's what it definitely feels like. It feels like when they first showed The Division, it was like, okay, man, this looks awesome.
Yeah.
This feels like a rushed Division, and The Division had a lot of issues. That is my only thing. Temper your expectations if you are excited for this. Like, I want this game to be good for you. Okay. I do.
Yeah.
Like, I think people don't understand that at times. Like, when we dog on a game, it's because we see red flags on things. It's not because
we dog Jim Ryan.
Yeah, exactly. I dog the head of Sony all the time on stuff. We want things to be good, but we also like, we've been in the place where we've been excited for games and they've come out and they've been bad, and we've had to learn the hard way on things. So
we taken our licks, and we're just we're those people that, you know, it's like, fool me once and now it's like, fool me twice. No.
Not in my house.
Exactly. And you know, like I said, like I do, like you said, I do want this game to be good. Like, I want people to enjoy it, because, you know, people put their, you know, making games are hard. Like, I'm not going to act like I know the first thing about it, but there is the eye test, and I know what my eyes tell me. And it's like, as someone who used to be a big Ubisoft supporter / defender back in the day, since Far Cry 3, I want to say, maybe since Assassin's Creed 2, but definitely by Far Cry 3, I'm like, all right, Ubisoft can make some games. And they were cranking them out. Then all of a sudden, money got involved. And it's like, how can we make a profit, you know, and be the first to market by beating our chest and being like, we make money on this. And now that's all it's focused on. And a lot of the games have suffered for it. A lot of game ideas have suffered, like Beyond Good and Evil 2, like, is that now that we know Skull and Bones is actually a thing now, it's not just in purgatory. What about Beyond Good and Evil 2? Like, that's going to be the next one. Is like, is that ever going to come out?
Yeah, like, I know when we've had the rumors that Skull and Bones was coming out this year, like, I was like, there's no way. We've literally gotten nothing. Like, this thing has been so weird, like its development cycle and everything. So only time will tell, guys. November 8th will be here soon enough, but let's make way. Let's make way for something even better. Let's make way for the king, as God of War Ragnarok finally has a release date. Man,
Skull and Bones will have a day. Literally, they will have a day. And the next day, the true game, the only game that's mattered, to me at least, will be out.
Derek, I'm so excited. We got a trailer, and then we're going to get into this, guys. So let's watch the 30-second teaser trailer that came out for God of War Ragnarok.
I'll let it tease us something at the end.
When you are at your weakest.
In fear.
There we go.
And doubt. Are a burden too heavy to bear.
Remember this. You
Fenris.
are not alone.
Rated M for mature.
November 9th? Let's go!
Oh,
Man, how sweet is it that we go into the second month of the year with Horizon Forbidden West, a sequel to a new franchise that I absolutely adore. And then we almost end the second to last month of this year with my all-time favorite franchise, a game that came out 4 years ago that reinvigorated my passion for this franchise, and won Game of the Year, got so many 10 out of 10s, like, across the board. Like, it will be a great bookend year for me.
I agree, man. Like, when this got announced, I was like, is this real?
Don't you be jerking my chain, Coy Barlog. Don't you do it.
But they have been very, very careful about giving a date.
Yeah.
Because they want to meet expectations. So
we talked about it last week. That's like, look, like, they were supposed to, apparently last week, we had to wait just a week later, but they were like, supposed to be talking about a release date, but something came up. And then Corey's like, relax, guys. We'll talk about it when we're ready. Trust me. No one is more excited to talk to you about this than I am. But you got to be patient.
Yeah.
We had to wait just 6 more days, and we got our answer.
Like, it looks great. It looks awesome. I cannot wait for it. I am so excited. I am. Yeah, we played the first 3. We've actually played all of them. I played the PSP games as well. Ghost of Sparta, probably one of the better God of War
the
games.
More underrated one in the series for sure. Like, but yes, I played Murdoch. Don't question me. I played all of them.
Yeah, he doesn't like God of War 2016. He doesn't like it because it's different than the first 3.
2018,
yeah, 2018. But we played Ascension. That's how hardcore we are. Okay, we played Ascension and we played the multiplayer of Ascension. So, yeah.
To give you some insight, Ascension's multiplayer was so bad it gave my PS3 the yellow light.
Yeah, it crashed Derek's PS3. I'm excited for this. Like I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, as we all know, guys, for the release date of God of War Ragnarok. And I'm just gonna say it live, guys. Regular hamburger mayonnaise and ketchup only with
I don't care about, like, first of all, we gotta wait till it gets on our hands, sir.
Derek,
like, that's the agreement.
It's going to be in your hands. And
I know, but regardless, I don't care about that. All I care about is my baby, my game. Like, that is gonna be the thing I will cherish the most. Like, that's the only thing I care about.
Oh man!
You can have your mediocre burger. I'm gonna play something of value.
Derek, have you had Five Guys?
Yes, I have. I just did that to nudge you a little bit.
Okay, because we were about to have some fighting words. Like don't be talking bad about Five Guys. I love God of War, but I also love hamburgers. So, Murdoch says the day after. Well, technically, this got dropped before Skull and Bones. So,
yeah,
Derek, not that we're going to bet on this.
Yeah.
But do you think Skull and Bones gets pushed back so it doesn't have to compete with God of War?
No, I think. How about this? Unless they run into some more development issues, whether it's true or not, I think maybe it was poor timing. But I think if they were going to delay it, they wouldn't have come out today and announced it. Like, yeah, the event was already announced to happen. Like earlier this week, it was announced that the unveiling event was going to be today, and the God of War Ragnarok. So maybe their hands are tied, but they could have at the last moment just not put a date on it. They could have just shown like the gameplay and not done it. So I think it goes back to our earlier point where I think Ubisoft's a big company. Like they not to say that they don't care about going head to head with some other big franchises, but I think they also care about, it's like, oh, I think they can, like, to puff out their chest and be like, our game can stand on its own, even if it doesn't, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
they don't care. They just want a big fall thing for their like earnings call or whatever. So not to say that's an indictment on it, but I mean, we did see another game, Forspoken, get delayed from October to January. That game already got delayed once from May until October. And I think like that game is already ready to play, and we've seen gameplay enough of that to where we're confident in that game will be good. So I think it's more of like Sony out of respect, because it's like they have this deal where it's exclusive for 2 years, and they want to be like, hey, we want to give it its time to shine as well. We're investing money in this. We don't want to step on toes here. Because, I mean, you could argue, oh, it's only like, it's different months. Like, it's not like the same month. But I think it was like late October that this game was coming out. So it was only a few weeks away. So I don't think they wanted to overlap.
Yeah, and that was the discussion that we had. It's like, Sony's not going to cannibalize itself like EA did back, a few years ago with Titanfall and Battlefield 1. So I think that's the biggest point. Once that got delayed and then God of War got announced, it was like, okay, this makes sense why it got delayed and everything. So 2 big announcements, guys. I'm excited for both. Like
especially the King.
Especially God of War. I'm not gonna lie, they're not equal. They are not equal. Which we will be I'll go ahead and announce October's Game Club game.
You mean August? Or when do you want it? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we might need 2 months just to give it give it breath and everything.
I want to pad it because Lord knows when November comes around, I'm not playing anything.
Yeah. So August, guys, we're going to start God of War, the 2018 God of War.
Yeah.
So we'll do it for 2 months. That way you can get through all of the game because there's a lot to it. It is not a small game.
Yeah, Joe said he's got to finish the first one. So yeah, Joe, if you want to be part of our game club, start in August.
Yeah, so we're going to be starting that in August, which means I get to do the new Game Plus version of it on the PS5 because I only played it once.
Oh yeah, me too.
You know, like we should do a race and see who can defeat all the Valkyries first.
Oh gosh, I didn't even do it the first time.
Yeah, I got all the way to the Queen. My gosh.
Oh yeah, that Queen is no joke.
The Queen is anyway, it is very, very difficult. Very difficult. But guys, God of War Ragnarok, Derek owes me 5, guys. So I win. You know what I mean? Like I win on both occasions. I get the game that I've wanted.
Officially count until November 9th, sir. I'm sorry. Like don't blow your trumpet too early.
I win because I not only get 5 guys for free.
Yeah.
Which is like taking a mortgage out on a house. Let's just be honest. But I also get God of War Ragnarok this year. Like I'm cooking on all, you know, I'm cooking with grease, man.
What you should do, because I bought Horizon for your birthday month. You should buy God of War for my birthday month.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get the special. I haven't even seen any of the special deal, like the.
Well, no, wait, actually, no, because I know. All right, pre-orders open on the 15th, which is a week from tomorrow. There is an unboxing video. They have 2 different editions, collectors and the Jotnar edition.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't talk about prices, which a little concerned me. Collector's edition kind of is a little disappointing with the contents, but the Jotnar definitely has a lot more to offer. I'm gonna be getting that, but it does. Dang it, never mind. I'll be buying it because if I do get the Jotnar edition, it comes with a download voucher for the game, so never mind.
So what is okay? Hold on, I'm looking it up. Does it come with
7-minute unboxing video? But we're not going to watch that.
Does it come with physical things?
Yeah, it comes with a replica of Thor's hammer.
So is that the? Oh, that's actually pretty dope.
And then some dwarven carvings, a dwarven dice. I know the Jotnar edition comes with a Yggdrasil cloth map, the Dropnir ring replica. What else? Oh, a 7-inch vinyl soundtrack by Bear McCreary, who was the sound guy for the first game.
Yeah, Bear's amazing. Like I'm about to show it on screen for everybody.
Oh yeah, Joe, you never knew Chris Judge voiced Kratos in this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nate, you definitely need to, man. Why is things freezing on my end? I don't know. I'm sorry guys for that. But yeah, this is the like the Thor's hammer thing's pretty dope. Like I like that. So and then we get like in-game stuff.
Yep. Oh, and like the little pin set too. That's nice too. And now granted it was probably a little bit of hype, but they did have Ryan Hurst, who is voicing Thor in God of War Ragnarok, and he was taking him out, holding him, and like the dice, like he said it had some weight to it. Like even Thor's hammer had some weight, so it's not some like cheap plastic. So it's gonna have some heft to it as well, apparently.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, guys. Yeah, Game Club game starting in August, guys, which is next month.
Yes, sir.
Dude, that is crazy. Next month is August. Like this year just started. Like
I know, and we're already halfway through it, man. It's ridiculous.
Man, it's crazy. So, God of War Ragnarok, November the 9th. Skull and Bones, November 8th, guys. Got a lot of great games. This year's pack, 2023, is already
beginning of the year. Next, like literally from November. Actually, I don't even know how bad September is. From October till beginning of the year is going to be insane.
In the membrane. Membrane. Guys, speaking of Game Club games, let's talk about June's Game Club game. We're going to do this in 25 minutes, guys. We're going to wrap this up in 25 minutes. All right. Because that's what's left on the clock. We played Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. We're going to talk about our thoughts. We want to hear your thoughts as well. We had a lot of the community play this. We played this a lot on stream with a lot of the community members. We had a bunch of people follow because of that as well. So let's jump into it. First up, VR missions served as the story for this game. Derek, how did you feel like that was sufficient enough to really get you into this game? I know we both have watched the show. I'm watching through Shippuden right now.
Yep.
Do you think that the VR missions were good enough to like really get you into the game?
Not really. How about this? It gave you the taste of what to expect. Like if you had only like barely watched the show, it hit enough of like the high points, like the attack on the village from part one, to, you know, like finding Kabuto, like little snaky snake boy Kabuto. You know, it did a nice point of like hitting certain points to make you question, like, all right, if you never saw this, it's like, oh, what is this about? Like, I haven't gotten to this part. Like, what I need to get to this part and watch it or whatever, you know? But it wasn't coherent. It wasn't like free. Like, I could understand if it started with like, oh, here's a thing where you're fighting the Nine Tails, like, cause you know, like starting from when the Nine Tails attacked to being sealed in Naruto, and like just hitting certain points, like the Gaara fight, the Eight Tails fight, you know, that kind of thing. But it was just like, oh, one mission, you're stopping them from invading the Sand Village from invading the Leaf. The next one, you're fighting the Eight Tails. Then this one, you're fighting the Shikaku. It's like, they don't coincide with each other. Like, there's no flow to it. It's just like, oh, play these.
Yeah, definitely.
And then some that I don't think even happened. Like, there was one where, like, and then some stuff didn't even happen. Like, it's one where you're helping Hinata go to the Hidden Rain Village because Naruto went there.
Yeah.
It's like, that never happened.
Yeah, that was Jiraiya that went there. I was like, what is going on here? Yeah,
right.
Like, it definitely, because there were a lot of people that were watching the stream, and they were like, what is the story? They'd never watched Naruto. It was like, what is the story here? And it jumped all over the place. If you have never watched Naruto, you wouldn't know what's going on. Like, you're like, okay, like this, and then like it was like a fever dream. And like when you've watched it and everything, it's like, okay, but even then it's like, this is really like jumping literally all over the place. And I understand like some missions were harder or more difficult, and that was kind of how they were like basing a lot of the things on, but it was like there was no like set progression on all of that. You know, and even like when you finish the game, like then you unrank more A, and then you unlock the S tier missions and everything. And did you play any S tiers?
No, I haven't. Like, I'm trying to play it like in like ranking order, and a lot of those B missions are kicking my butt. Like, good lord, like the time is not on my side.
Yeah, thankfully, like I at least had Nate with me majority of the time. Dan played with me. Sometimes I'd have up to 4 people with me. You know, so like it definitely was helpful in that sense of things. But like S tier missions, we did like a gate thing, like defend
the gate. Oh gosh, that's impossible,
dude. It got super difficult, and we were like and when they break through a gate, like it resets the timer.
I know.
So we got to the 3rd gate, and then we had to defeat the Eight Tails, because like sometimes sometimes it pops up on an S tier, but we got it. We beat it finally, but it was thankfully the Eight Tails doesn't attack the gate on the S tier if he shows up. But yeah, all that to say, the VR missions definitely doesn't serve the player. No. It is just a catalyst for you to earn different jutsus, which we'll get into here in just a few minutes. Character customization. What did you think about the character customization? Because for me, it was very limited. It was very like, hey, you're in this game to play Naruto. Why don't you make your character look like one of the characters in the show? That's pretty much, it's like, you know,
like they gave you a base set, and I mean, as you progress through it, you unlock like costumes. Like you have VR masters that you can earn like costume sets for. I thought it was cheap that, you know, like certain ones were like only like a one piece, and then like you couldn't change the pants with it. Like like especially if you wore like robes, like that was it. The only thing you could change was an accessory on there. You know, you got more stuff as you progress, and if you like the scrolls you get, if you appraise them, you get more unlockable like customizations for your character. It was okay. Like it wasn't deep. Like I came up with like some creative like styles or whatever for a lot, because I created a different looking character for each of the classes.
Okay.
The 4 classes in the game, so they all look distinctly different. So you know that I know which one is which, but it's not like a deep thing to where you can change everything.
Huh. See, like, are you talking about like the costumes?
Like
you
just
have
the character's appearance, but you know, still like you.
Yeah.
The most deep thing was like you could change his appearance, but like his wardrobe, but
yeah.
But you know, like just the character, like the style, like the face or whatever. Like it was average, I would say. Like in terms of like the facial features, the eye color, the if you want scars or whatnot, tattoos.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it was more like, hey, if you want to look like Kakashi, or as B called him, Kashi Hotcakes.
That's good.
If you want, you want a lot. I saw a lot of people running around looking like Naruto. A lot of people running around looking like Kakashi and all that.
Or Madara.
That sort of deal. Like, I feel like it was more of that. One thing for me, and we're going to get into gameplay and everything, is during the VR missions, I just started playing as the characters in the show. Like I went in and I just picked who I wanted to play. And man, I'm going to tell you, being Sakura, like the only reason why we got through a lot of those missions because I was healing everybody. I'm going to just be honest. Like
the only time Sakura is useful.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like I excel at using healers in most games. So I was just like, I'll just take one for the team and I'll be a healer because nobody wants to be a healer in this game.
Right.
It's like, I'm going to be attack or range. And it's like, okay, well, I will, I'll keep us alive since nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
I loved playing as Gaara.
Yeah.
Like his attacks like were so fun.
Sand shower is like you can do some damage with sand shower because it goes on for a long time.
Yeah, and like his heavy attack like would just push people away. Like it was great.
Yeah.
What did you think about the different classes? Do you think that it was utilized the right way, or do you think it pigeonholed some of the things in the game?
I mean, how about this for me? Because I've been going also I bought all the season passes, so I've unlocked a lot more of the VR masters. Because how you get more, like, because you could go to the shop in the game and buy more jutsu with the Rio you earn, but you can also equip a VR master, and then as you level them up, like pretty much you just have to get them up to level 5. Like there's 10 levels, but the 6 through 10 is mostly just add-on stuff for your character personally. But 1 through 5, like you get 3 jutsu, sometimes a weapon, sometimes a costume set, sometimes a clone jutsu type. I think it's weird that the clone jutsu can be used for any of them, but only certain jutsu can be used for. But it makes sense because it can build out your character classes, and I do like how, like, depending on which VR master you like, some of them you may not like, and some of them didn't make sense either. Like, I get for balance purposes, but like, something like the healing class, right? Like, you have Hinata, you have Sakura, you have Tsunade, and those make sense as healers. But Shikamaru's a healer class. When has Shikamaru healed anybody? Let's be fair. Like, he's more of an attack, but his jutsu gives if you want to be more of like a balanced healer or be like more healer that wants to go on the attack, it does give you jutsu, especially his ultimate attack ability to where you can deal damage and not just sit there on the sidelines just being a healer. So I think each one, like depending on who you get or what class you want to play as, gives you a range, like buff jutsu, attacking, or even like the attacking class gives you ranged attacks, like the Rasen Shuriken lets you throw from a distance. So it gives a nice balance. I mainly play as the ranged class. Like that's just like that class just hits for me, especially like how the jutsu is balanced with me. And I unlock the ninja tools are important too, because like they're your third attack, but they have a faster cooldown rate. So that way, if your jutsu is not ready, you can go throw that ninja tool a bunch of times. And even the weapons, are pretty stout as well. I unlocked like a double S tier ranked thing of Knuckles for my attack class, so that was nice.
Yeah.
But like I got the Demon Wind Shuriken, and that thing regen for my range class, so it's like I'm well balanced with my range, but attack. I really don't use healer that much, just because I'm not a good healer. I want to be on the front lines. Someone else can support me. Defense I need to give a chance more, because I've unlocked more jutsu, because defense in the early beginnings is kind of weak.
Yeah, definitely.
With the jutsu you get, but now that I've gotten to a point where like a couple of the season passes give you an extra couple of jutsu as well. So, and one of them went to like, apparently the defense class can use like I forget what it is, but it's a Rasengan attack as well for one of the ultimates. So now that I've unlocked more, I want to use my defense class more, because I also have like the Samehada, like the shark skin sword, as my weapon. So I want to see how beefy my defense class is, but I did like it. What about you?
For me, like, classes, there are some that just don't make any sense. Like the War Arc Naruto is a healer. Like,
yeah, I did notice that as well. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's like some of that just didn't make any sense. Like I wish they would have had one more class. I think that would have been like, I know they had, defense and healer and attack and range, but like one more class, like Shikamaru, like he's a tactician. Like I know not everybody is on that level, but he's a tactician, I would have loved to see, just some more thought in some of those things. Some things just kind of felt, kind of pigeonholed in there. And that like some things that would have made sense to have like in other places, like weapons, you could only be used in the defense class.
Yeah.
Like the Samehada and all of that, like you can only use it in defense. It was like, okay, this is really weird. So like for me, it was kind of weird. VR Masters, like I only did like the first 5. I got the jutsu and I was out. Like I didn't care about the rest of the stuff. Like I was just trying to collect jutsu. I was Orochimaru 100%.
I was about to say, Ninja. All right, give me all that jutsu.
Exactly. Give me until somebody gets the Death Seal Reaper on me and takes my arms.
Exactly. Right. But no, like I've been going through I've just been grinding VR Masters for I've got a list of jutsu for each one of them. Like I'm into like the first season pass worth of characters, which is a lot. But yeah, like you said, like some of them don't make sense, and like even like I didn't even think about it, but yeah, some of the weapons, like why not make that optional? Because there are some like ninja tools that are like you can cross over depending on the class. Like I think it was the healing seal can be used for defense or heal the classes. So it's like, why only use some but not give you an option for others?
Yeah, paper bombs, absolutely useless. Absolutely useless.
If they were like the paper bomb kunai, it'd be a lot better.
Exactly.
But you got to set them on the ground and then hope someone comes to you. Like that's only good for like when you play like the raise the seal spike mode, like that kind of thing, like because you got to sit there and let it raise it up while they're and just be hammered.
Yeah, that or protect the gate type deal.
Yeah.
The jutsu, I feel like there is a huge range of jutsu, and I know that they've got like the DLC and everything. But I even feel like the base game, like you can get a ton of different jutsus and really make the character that you want.
Yeah.
Is that character Itachi? Yes. Do I just want to play as Itachi? Yes. Actually, maybe. I liked playing as Itachi, but it wasn't as fun as I thought it would be, to be honest. I think it's kind of like the style of this game and everything.
It's just because he doesn't have the Tsukuyomi.
Oh, I know. Oh man. Why does Sasuke get it and he doesn't?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like he gets it as an ultimate.
Yeah.
Like the sword and everything, but he doesn't get it as like a normal, act. Anyway, I want some Jinjitsu. You know what I mean? Like I want to just torture some people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Genjutsu?
Yeah, there we go. Whatever. What did I say? I don't even know what I said.
Jinjitsu?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Genies. I'm a genie in a bottle. But yeah. Here's my thing. I know we're getting into like the last 10 minutes of this thing. the shop in the inn, I think, with the inn, like you get to, pick your jutsus, you get to get the daily rewards, your class, your outfits and all of that. Like, I feel like they kind of, I don't know, the menu system seemed convoluted just to be convoluted.
Yeah,
Like
a little bit.
like having to go to different places when it could have just been you hit start and you just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It felt very old. Like I know it came out in like 2018, but it felt very old, like the design and everything. The end, I think it was pretty, like you get rewarded with scrolls all the time. I like that.
Oh yeah.
And like it felt like every time I played, I was getting rewarded, which I like in this kind of game. It's not necessarily loot based, but it felt very loot based kind of gameplay.
Yeah. Well, in a game where you have to create your own ninja, you kind of need to have something like that.
Yeah. So I like that, and that you can buy jutsu if you want to buy jutsu.
Yeah.
You're going after that specific thing or whatever you want to buy. If you want to buy a weapon or whatever. The thing that I hated. And I don't know if you played with any friends, Derek, because you never hit me up. So, you definitely didn't play with me. You'd be playing in a group. And if you needed to talk to anyone about a mission or go into the inn or go into the shop or other than VR Masters, it would kick you out of your party.
What?
Yeah. Like you would just get kicked out of your party. Like I have to leave. And then you'd have to send invites again and get everybody back in. It was really annoying.
So dumb. Like what kind of archaic mess is this? Like,
yeah.
Like I love anime. There's some good anime games out there, but it's like, why are you behind in the times of like menu systems and like how party systems work? Like why?
Yeah. It was very poorly executed. Gameplay wise, Derek, did you feel like a ninja playing this game?
In the beginning, no, because I was still having trouble like learning like some of the mechanics, like the chakra jump, the substitution jutsu. I kind of forgot how to do and then like traversal. Like my goodness, any map based in the Hidden Clouds village, I hated because there was like you could easily fall to your death, and I was just like jumping, and I'm just like, wait a minute, how do I zip line over there again? And it's like no,
and it'd be too far away, and you're just like
exactly. But no, after you got some jutsu, because like because when you first play with the classes, until you unlock more jutsu with your VR masters, they already have preset jutsu. The attack type sucks. Like I had to go buy like some more like attack based jutsu before I actually got some VR master stuff. But like every other one is like decent, but my goodness, the attack type, they just did that wrong. But yeah, as I progressed and got more like not even more weapons and ninja tools, but more jutsu and like as I consistently played it, I did feel more like ninja-esque. Some of the button prompts, maybe it was me, maybe it was the game. I like because there'd be times where I'd like want to like throw my kunai to like pull me over to this area in the middle of a fight. Like I would get pushed off the edge of the map and I'd zip line over, and then all of a sudden it would like I'd be too close and it would sit me on the edge and like get me ready for a chakra jump. I'm like, that's not what I told you to do.
Yeah, so, I didn't have that problem, but like it was this fine line of like it was like, okay, I know what you're trying to do here, but it feels like you're like slightly off. You know what I mean? Like it was just like slightly off the whole time.
Like you don't nail it, but you there. You get ever so close.
Yeah, like think about like a Dragon Ball Z game, Kakarot. Yeah. Like you felt like you were. Like Goku, you know what I mean? Or whatever character you're playing, Budokai. You felt like those characters. I don't know if Ninja Storm is better in that regards. Like you feel like you're that character, but this one, it was like slightly off.
Well, and I think too, part of it is like what you alluded to earlier. Like you can play, like I didn't know this until like I was like very well into the game, that you before you go into like a mission, you can hit triangle on the battle settings, and you could actually pick a VR master that you've already unlocked and play as them. Like you could play as Naruto, you could play as Itachi, you could play as Orochimaru. Now you're set to that jutsu they have, so if you don't like how they're built, sucks to suck, play as your created character.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's far off, or like a little off, because you're playing as something you created, not something that you know. Like,
Yeah.
obviously you play Kakarot, like, yes, you're building up your character in that one, but you know, you feel like Goku because you do play as Goku. This one
Yeah.
is like, oh, it's Naruto. It has Naruto and Boruto in the name, but I'm playing as and I'm a ninja, but I'm playing as a character I created, so I don't feel as deeply attached to it as a known quantity.
Yeah, that's a good thought. I didn't really quantify it that way, but yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because when I started playing with the characters from the show, I felt more connected to the game. Like, it wasn't like, you know, it was like, yeah, I was collecting jutsu, but like, it was like, I just want to play as X character. I just want to, you know, have this fight with X character and this character, you know, like I was just wanting to relive the show. And that's not what this game is necessarily like built for. Like, it's, you create your own character and all of that, which leads me to PvP versus PvE. Most of the game is player versus everyone.
Yeah, if you want to do that, but they do have a player versus player option as well.
Yeah, and I think, you know, like if you want to play this game, which it was free last month on PlayStation and everything, you definitely need to spend time with the VR master. You need to, you know, really like learn the basics, how to traverse, how to do all of this stuff. But there is a ninja tournament system, PvP and everything, and I only played one battle and I got my butt handed to me. I didn't really understand it. And then I never went back to it. But Derek, I know you played a little bit more of the PvP system.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on it?
I hated the flag battle. I didn't really understand that, like, it, you know, I hate flag battles in general. Like, only like Halo and, oh my gosh, I know it was a limited time mode, but only Halo and Overwatch have done, in my opinion, capture the flag modes right. And mainly because Overwatch, because I just sit there as Junkrat and just lay traps for the people who want to come take our team's flag. But regardless of that, like, I don't care for capture the flag modes, and this one didn't really do it for me either. The team battles were good. The defense battles or the attack battles, where it's like, all right, you have Gamakichi or Gamabunta here, you got to raise the spikes and then lay into them until the spikes lower again, then you got to raise them again. Those I did like, you know, mainly like the bounce battle ones were cool because you have a more of strategy behind that. And there's also like, what is it? What do you call that? Like, it's got 3 points and you got to take them to build the, like, not defense, but like, point capture, I guess you can say. Where there's like 3 points on, like, one each by the opposing team's base. Yeah, domination. Yeah, thank you. Domination, you know, I was okay, but like you're right, when it's team battle, it's like there's no teamwork involved. There's no teamwork symmetry. You just have to hope to God that, you know, one of your teammates is with you that can lay it off. Because like you said, I would get like wombo comboed and just like sit there, and I would even try and do substitution, and it would still just they would just keep going. And I'm like, I would try and do the same thing. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you using extra button inputs that I don't know about? Because like, you're just laying into me and I'm just sitting here defenseless with nothing to do.
Yeah, and like I watched some videos on it. Like, I would like to go back and play some with a whole group that I could like chat with and everything. But a lot of it is like the makeup of the team that you're playing with. Because if you are if you're like a ranged character or an attack character, it's like you can deal out damage, but you're super weak. Like, healers are the weakest, and then range, and then attack, and then defense. But like, some people will cheese and they'll play like all defense. Like, they might not have a ton of health. I mean, a ton of like damage that they can deal, but they can like take so much. But
you're not going to deal damage to them either.
Exactly. Or, you know, like the way to go is like to have at least one healer. If you have two healers, it's a little cheesing. But like it all comes down to, it's like, it's one of those games, like, you've got to find a crew to play with, or it's not going to be as fun. I know for me, like, I played all of the game with, like, other than like a few missions the first time I played, but I played majority of the game with other people, and it was fun just getting to experience it together with each other, even though we had to keep partying up and everything. But Like, I enjoyed the game. Is it great? It's all right. Like,
Yeah.
you know, nothing to write home about.
It's
but
definitely something different to try.
yeah, it was free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the nice thing about Game Club is like we're trying to do some more things that are within like Game Pass or PlayStation Plus because more people can do it. Like this month we're playing Plague Tale Innocence, so definitely go check that out and come be a part of that. We'll be discussing it each and every week here on the show. Hey guys, that does it for us this week.
Yeah.
Danger Red. Rough House Danger Red. Enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it as well. So it was good. It was good energy.
Yeah. Guys, make sure to go support us by subscribing and following us on all of the platforms we're on. If you want to do so financially, you can go over to patreon.com/nerdcave and pick up the best tier that fits you. And check out our podcast version over on Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, and Anchor. Give it that 5-star rating, or Derek, it will 1,000 years of death.
No, either that or put you in infinite Tsukuyomi, whichever you prefer. The choice is yours. If you don't want to find out, give us a 5-star review.
Yeah, just 1,000 years of death. That's funnier. That's way funnier than the other. But guys, there you go. Hope that you enjoyed the show. Make sure to like it, all that good stuff. This has been Zach
and Roughhouse. I forgot the name already.
Rough House Danger Red. Come on, Derek.
Danger Red. Rough House Danger Red.
Y'all have a blessed week. Bye.